I'm not, as far as I can tell, I'm not like Jesus Christ. And the only way I would compare myself to Jesus Christ was if the Bible is a book of, there's a hidden narrative that Jesus Christ was not killed, and maybe he had a secret family. Then it would be desirable to be like Jesus Christ. But nobody wants to be like Jesus Christ if you think that Jesus Christ was killed. Nobody wants to be killed. To be killed and die young instead of to achieve something that all men wish for, to have a fine wife and a big family. At least if you don't, you have to look good to want to have a big family. But just at least you have to have some positive attributes about your genetics to want to have a big family. You should, at least. But do I want to be like Jesus Christ? I don't want to die young. I want to have I think more than one wife, and I want to have children. So I don't want to be like Jesus Christ. But I'm saying that what if Jesus Christ was raped? What if he wasn't Jewish? What if he was raped by Jewish men when he was a child? So what if Jesus Christ was getting raped by Jewish men, and that was the manner of his ostracism because he was a slave, male gender slavery, not racial slavery. He was brought from Northern Europe to Bethlehem, where he was a slave of a Jewish pimp. And so then they said, well, a slave doesn't get to breed. That's the whole point of that we don't give up our women as wives to someone who was acquired to pay a debt, and he was to be used to relieve our stress and to accept our aggression. So they were all, Jewish men were all saying the purpose of a slave is to receive our aggression, and we all rape him, and he's a slave. It's male gender slavery, and it's so then they said we wouldn't give up a woman to a slave. That's not the purpose the purpose of a slave is not to acquire our women, and if we did that, we would be the losers in the racial Cold War, and the Mediterraneans would be losing to the Northern Europeans in the racial Cold War. So then maybe theoretically the Jewish people, hypothetically, they're not evil, and they say, well, let God's wisdom prevail, and this slave has brought such light to our society that we wish him to find a wife among one of our daughters. So maybe they pretended to kill him to give him a new life after they had been raping him as a child slave. Then they pretended to kill him to give him a new life, conceal his reputation as a tosspot for the masses of the multitudes of men looking to relieve themselves sexually in a boy. So then they said, we'll pretend to kill him and then let him have a wife. And I don't know how the story ends. You see, that's my point. And I'm not comparing myself to Jesus because, I don't believe in magical things like resurrection and things like that. And I'm also not a hero. I'm not a hero because I'm not dead. And I think people can do heroic acts of courage, and then people can also do blameworthy acts of cowardice, and that we could go from being a hero to being having a deficit from making a mistake after doing something heroic that gave us a surplus, and people said, "Hey, that was heroic." But life goes on, and we can make a mistake, and I think I'm not comparing myself to a hero because, well, there's a lot of things I haven't done, like really dangerous stunts. And some men have a better